The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the January 27th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email. Send that out to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tiger's Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. Well, we begin our day out here with a mixed bag. Dow's down 372, mostly caused by United Health, which is tanking, down about 20% or so. You've got, in fact, how much is it down? United Health's down 19%. You got the S&P up 35, NASDAQ 100, 249 to the upside, 1% there. Russell off 2 points, 107 to the upside for the trannies. Semis up 220, NASDAQ Composite 230, New York Stock Exchange 34. Gold is trading up $3. Silver's down $7. Lights Recruit up $1.08. So we got plenty to look at. Our leaders in the clubhouse to the upside this morning. You got KLA Corp up 67 buckaroonies. That's $4. Mercado Libre 49 bucks, 2%. HCA Healthcare, 51 bucks, 10%. Azimil Holdings, 49 bucks. Argenix, 45 bucks. Monolithic Power System, 36 bucks. To the downside, other than United Health, you got Roper Technologies down 59, Humana 50, Elevance Health down 42, Commvault Systems down 41. XLV must be getting trashed. Where we got XLV is down $1.44. But about 1%, so not too bad. Let's begin. My apology for not being with you yesterday. My computer came down with some kind of virus on Sunday, and it literally took about 36 hours to get rid of it. Now, I'm not even sure that we've gotten rid of it. There were 2 steps that we ended up not doing, and I wish we would have, and I still wish we would have, just to make sure that that virus is eliminated from this system. It was a doozy, let me tell you that. In any event, let's take a look at a couple things out here. New York Stock Exchange, the Advanced Client Oscillator. We are still above the zero threshold level. That provides buyers with an edge. Spot VIX Index is tested and rejected. Its 50-day exponential moving average at 50 days at 1644. As long as price remains below that, it provides buyers with an edge as well. Prices trading above the apogee pivot point for the ES, the NQ, not for the Dow. So that is a bullish signal out there. Perigee pivot point comes in on the 29th. So a couple of days from now, I have to go back. I think it's around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, but don't quote me on that one. So that'll be the next pivot point. But here's a reason to be long. If we take a look at the equity future contracts themselves, we'll take a look at it through my black background system. You're going to see the ES mini upper left-hand side. You can see how that is taking on profile resistance at 70.14. We're at 70.15 right now. So likely this is an area that is likely to hold. Doesn't guarantee that it'll hold, but it's likely area that would hold. The NQ is taking on its profile resistance, but it's pretty well above that level, 25,943, and it's taking on a descending trend line resistance level. So it does want to go after this TD9 count top. It'll negate that with a close above 26,123.50. 454. Thank you, Z. Then it was sometime. I thought it was sometime around there. And so if price gets close above 25,437 and we're traded 26,096, number one, it negates a TD9 count. Number two, it triggers a small A to B equals CD pattern on the upside. For the NASDAQ 100, the NQ, it would look like this. This is going to be more about days end than it's going to be about right now. But let's assume the price does take out that TD9 count top at that 26,123 level. You've got a small A to B equals CD that gets you back to the 26,857 area. Now, what that would then do, you've got another TD9 count top. The final TD9 count top for the NQ is the one from the trading day of October 30th, and that's at the price point high at 26,670. So if we close above that, and right now we are, and what's the bottom of that swing point is really what price should be targeting at a minimum. That would be the 26,317 level. That is assuming that the NQ stays above the descending trend line, stays above the top of that profile, and I say stays above that TD9 count at 26,123.50. That's the number for the NQ. The Dow Equity Future Contract also attempting to form a new profile. So this is interesting. Looks like the move lower in the Dow could be over. The bottom of that profile is at 49,012. Our low today is 49,039. Resists up at the 49,667 area. Now, these new profile levels are on the ES and the Dow will not be confirmed until this evening. So for you and I, we won't have that until tomorrow out there. But we still use the data that we've got. It's usually pretty solid data out there. So that's what's going on in the markets out here. Let's go to Stevie's white background charts. See what things we can pick up. Give me a minute. We're not going to start here. That's just the first request. Let's start with the daily cash indices out here. Let's get a feel for what's going on. If we take a look at the semiconductor index, let's open this up. This is the SOX on the bottom left. Going to just simply open it up so we're both looking at that. You know what I probably should do is put daily, weekly, and monthly up here. I'm not sure why it's not opening. My pause is, hey, what the heck just happened? Okay, there we go. At least we get. Okay, so if we take a look at the semiconductor index out there, what was the 79.98? I don't remember what that is. Just going to get rid of that. So you've got an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. There's several of them. I'm just putting in the more conservative one right now. So here's your A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. We've attained more than the 1-to-1 level. This did have a sell the D point top. Okay, that's what that number was. So it had a sell the D point top. That'll be negated with a close today above 80.3240. We're at 81.46. So no topping pattern above the oscillator and change line, likely to continue to rally even further. So that's the semiconductor index. We're not going to see it. Well, first of all, and I'm going to do a special report. I started working on this on Sunday, and then I ran into the virus on my system. That totally changed everything up. But I'll share one thing with you, and that is if anybody's expecting any kind of significant decline over the next 90 days in the stock market, it is not going to happen. Let me repeat. It is not going to happen. Anyway, so that's a study that I'll share with, it's a really solid study that I will share with subscribers so they've got all the details and they can understand what to expect and anticipate. If we take a look at the NDX 100 out here, the NDX 100 is, you can see the two different TD9s out here. The daily cash indice at this stage here is falling, so it's going after that TD9 count from October 29th. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Just got to hit a button on my my white background charts here. Request I came in Tiger's Den there. I hadn't put it up most recently, so it's taken just a little bit of time here to power up. But in the meantime, it's just a quick recap of the markets out here. We've got the Dow that's trading down, primarily again on the news of United Health. You can see United Health here, closed yesterday around the 350-ish mark. We're trading at 285 right now. You got the Dow off 346. All the other U.S. indices are trading to the upside. I expect that the rally is likely to continue. One of the things that I was looking at before we went to that to break, I had the cash index charts out there. I'm going to put them up on the screen here momentarily. Dan, I don't know why this is taking so long. So there's still some corruption with inside some of the worksheets that I've got is my guess at this stage, and one of the reasons why this is taking some time to power up. So for your question specifically, Dan, I'm going to wait till the next break, and then I'll go ahead and put Nike in. He'd like to take a look at it from an intraday standpoint. So we'll do that. I don't want to do that during the show right now, just based upon seeing just how slow that is. But let's go back to those cash indices. Now, was really paying attention to the New York Stock Exchange, the New York Stock Exchange. That chart should pop up on our screen here momentarily. And the reason is because you could potentially negate its TD9 count topping signal today. So this would give you the general markets out there. In order to do that, the New York Stock Exchange needs a close above 22,878.67. We're at about 22,870. I say at about because I can see the data feed is kind of stopped. I don't think we're just sitting here with no trades firing off on the, there we go. So now we're back. So watch that 22,878.67 number. We're at 22,867.40 right now. If we close above that, New York Stock Exchange for a daily time frame will negate that TD9 count top. And again, and then we're headed higher. That's what most certainly be its signal out there. So pay attention to the SOX, I suppose. Not that it's going to negate any kind of a topping pattern that's out there. Pay attention to the NDX 100 and the NQs out there. Everything is looking pretty good. The S&P 500, we're at a new all-time high, it looks like, at this moment. A second here. And the answer is we are. So we're at a new all-time high. No topping patterns at all that I've got out here for the S&P 500. We could do is I'm going to put down here. We'll take a look at the equal weighted ETF. So let's get to our first request that actually came in out here. And that was from yesterday from Jim in Palm Harbor. Jim, my apology for not being able to get to you. I couldn't even respond to you by email because the systems were down and had all my focus. But let's go take a look at, you want to take a look at ticker symbol MSTR out here. So when you look at the monthly time frame, I'm going to go from right to left out here because I want you to make sure that you've got the bigger picture. So when we've got the bigger picture, you've got an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So you can see this formed a Rhodes momentum indicator top. That was the high out there. And now that has now turned into an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. I'm just trying to get this. There we go. So you've attained the 1-to-1 price objective level. In essence, we're doing that this week. And that says that if you were to see a bullish reversal candle, that would generate a Gartley buy pattern. Short of that, price will continue to move lower. What I see out here is a price target could get all the way back to $18.83. And it's traded at $152.29 right now. And I know you might be saying, are you serious? That's the target for the monthly time frame without a bullish reversal candle. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, we would still have that A to B equals CD pattern. All right. Well, that A to B equals CD pattern formed a by the D point bottom. And it did it back on January the 16th. It formed a TD9 count bottom pattern. So you've got two weekly TD9 count or two weekly bottom signals. The TD9 count would be negated, Jim, with a close below 191. The by the D point would be negated with a close below. Actually, it's going to be a close below a 154.05. 154.05 is one of the numbers you're watching, and the other one is 150. Did I say 191? 155.61, 155.61, as well as 154.05. If you see closes below those, and we may get those. If you take a look at MSTR, the last time it closed above its green oscillator and change line takes us back to July 18th on a weekly basis. And we can see that the rally that formed that by the D point bottom ran into resistance at its green at its red oscillator and change line. So we're trading below that as well as the bottom of its profile. It's got a weekly bottom, but that final capitulation that we're headed much, much lower will be taking those out. The daily also has bottom. So it's got a daily Rhodes momentum indicator bottom pattern. And right now we have price that is just simply trading with inside its profile. Its daily bottom would be negated with a close below the 149.75 level. So kind of keep an eye on that. Pressure is definitely to the downside out here for MSTR. That pressure I would think would be somewhat relieved, Jim, if you could at least get closes above the weekly oscillator and change line. That current print is about 170. The exact number is 169.03. 169.03 at this moment in time. So thank you very much for waiting an extra day on that. Hopefully you're listening in. And you've got that. And let's go to our next request is coming in from Tom G. Tom G is trading Broadcom, but he's trading the 200%. And he said, hey, Steve, I don't mind if you just look at the single Broadcom charts to tell me what this is doing. And his question was, should he take his profits or continue to move? So with regard to Broadcom, I'm going to start with the longer term chart as well out here, just to get the bigger picture. So on a bigger picture set, we have a Rhodes momentum indicator top that has found support at its green oscillator and change line. That green oscillator and change line is currently printing out right now. This is the monthly time frame, 328.99. Definitely a data point, as long as you're going to be trading Broadcom, worth noting. Another data point would be the center of its profile, because if price closes below the green oscillator and changes on a monthly time frame, that becomes a target, 283.41. To the upside, the target is 392.74, and that is the top of its profile. The weekly time frame. The weekly time frame shows that price closed below the bottom of its bullish structured weekly profile last week. We are back inside it right now. The question is on Friday, does price close above or below 330.29? If it closes back above it, last week's move was a false breakdown signal. That would add to your idea. I know that you're long, so that would add to your idea of being long. That is another data point for you to watch. Unfortunately, it doesn't help you a whole lot on Tuesday at 11:25 in the morning, but it'll most certainly help you at Friday at 4. Again, that number 330.29. On to the daily time frame chart. The daily time frame chart has triggered an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. The B point has volume of 73 million shares. It was passed 2 days ago with 30 million shares, so light volume. But what's transpired since then, not that we see a bottom pattern, but we do see this going to be the second higher low, second higher high, and prices back inside its profile. Because we were below the bottom of that bullet structured profile for more than 2 consecutive sessions, Tom, I would say that where a counter trend rally, if it's only a counter trend rally, would come to an end, would be 340.06. So I believe as long as price can remain above its red oscillator and change line for its daily time frame, 331.55, this is going to, or it should go target at 340.06 level. Monthly chart is good and promising from the standpoint the oscillator and change line is held. The weekly is good and promising from the standpoint that it may have been a false breakdown signal. And the daily really, it's trading above its red oscillator and change line, a slightly bullish. So, you're asking where it's going. I'd say it holds that red oscillator and change line, 340.06. When we come back to this break, we're going to look at UPS for Fletch in the Tigers Den. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We got the charts up here for Fletch for United Parcel Service, UPS. If you take a look at the daily time frame, Fletch, it looks like it'll negate a daily Rhodes momentum indicator top by day's end. It just simply needs to close above the high from the 22nd, and that high out there is at the 110.04. So you negate that signal, you are on your way to higher price. The weekly time frame chart is in bar number 8 of a TD9 count. You can see several different A to B equals CD patterns that you could draw in here. We're not going to. Simply because of that TD9 count pattern. That says you could get a top between this week, this Friday, and 2 weeks from now. If we look at I don't think it's this Friday, not with this daily Rhodes momentum indicator top falling. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, by the way, the weekly chart has a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. That proved to be the bottom out there. That was back in September 5th. The monthly time frame chart confirmed and completed a TD9 count bottom in September as well. So nice solid bottoms. I'm assuming the daily's got a nice bottom out there as well. Now, on a monthly time frame chart, we end the month in just a few days. Fletch, you're watching the data point of 109.80. We're at 112.12 right now. A close above 109.80, that's the center of its monthly bullish structure profile, is going to increase the odds that UPS wants to make a run for the 136.99, 138.67 level out there. Going to still have to contend with that weekly TD9 count pattern. And so what you want to do is keep your eye on the daily. Right now, there's still Rhodes momentum indicator signal that's present. If you were all of a sudden to see a bearish reversal candle, then you'd have a top there that probably confirms the weekly top, and then you could see price pull back. The first levels of pullback would have to be the top of the daily profile or its oscillator and change line, whichever comes first, and on the weekly time frame would be the top of its profile at this moment in time, 102.89. So UPS looking mighty strong out there, Fletch. So hope that gave the information that you were looking for. Dan had interest in Nike. He wanted to take a look at the intraday charts out there. So let's get those up on our screen out here. I'm going to go ahead and close down this worksheet at this moment in time after we take a look at it. Just trying to avoid any kind of serious problem. It should be able to respond fast in this. Now, it may be a bit slow because I still have my black background system up on the screen. Really right now easier to kind of go back and forth. So we take a look at Nike monthly time frame chart. Nike longer term shows we're below profile support, but we are above its red oscillator and change line. Set up kind of a small trading range there. Consolidation inside the weekly profile, but oscillator and change line holding the support. The daily now, Dan, is trading below its oscillator and change line. And that could signal, it's signaling that it's lost its momentum at this moment in time. It's trading into a swing point that had formed just a few days ago on the 20th that had volume of 20 million shares. So you're pulling back, and you're pulling back into that so far this morning with about 5 million shares, 2 hours of trading. That's a 15 million share day going into a 20 million share day. So doesn't seem like it wants to take that out. The 2-hour or the 195-minute chart has a TD9 count bottom. Right now, we've got a test and rejection of that swing point high, with price finding support also in that buy zone of the 195-minute profile. That seems like it may have bottom. The weekly time frame, the 130-minute time frame chart trading with inside its profile, finding support at around 63.24. The 65-minute chart has an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Looks to me like it's completed the one-to-one move. A bullish reversal candle would then confirm a buy the D point bottom pattern out there. So let's see here. Let's put that over there. Let's move this chart over. Yeah, you've attained the one-to-one level. So you're watching. If you get a bullish reversal candle there, you're going to have a buy the D point pattern. That A to B equals CD we looked at on the 65 exists on the 30. The 30's got a buy the D point bottom pattern. That formed at 11:30 this morning. That also says that if we were to see a close below 63.42, we're headed lower. The rally has not even gotten us up to the red oscillator and change line on a 30-minute time frame chart. The 15-minute time frame chart has a buy the D point bottom as well. Rallied right up in the oscillator and change line and rejected it and turned back down. So how would I summarize this? I'd summarize this as we need some more information here. Right now, we can make the case because of a light volume daily pullback that we're likely not to take out that swing point from a few days ago. And we've got that TD9 count on the 195-minute chart. So you've got a pretty decent bottom. and he formed new bottoms on the 30-minute time frame chart in 15. So I'd say either one of two things. Either price has got to get above that oscillator and change line on the 30-minute time frame chart. That gets us to 64.53. Notice that is also the oscillator and change line for the daily time frame. So Dan, I'd say that if Nike can regain that green oscillator and change line for the daily time frame, obviously that gets us above it for the 30-minute time frame. That would be promising. Short of that, it looks like lower price to me. So I hope that helps out with regard to Nike, and hopefully you grabbed a copy of those charts out there, and that assists you as well. So let's go take a look at Fortnite out here. Now let me close this down just because I know that it's sucking up some resources out there. So let me just close this down, then we'll get to Fortnite, FTNT. That's probably not going to populate on my screen. It's going to be whatever we looked at last, but that's okay. It's better than yesterday. I can tell you that. It is a major frustration level. I mean, major frustration. I can't tell you how many times I was up in the middle of the night from Sunday, and even last night. Just, oh, my God. Okay, so let's FTNT. Stevie also needs to learn how to spell. That makes things way easier when you put up a chart. Come on, FTNT. Come on. Work with us. Okay. We'll get a Fortnite in just a moment here, Doug. Slow city. Mm-hmm. We get this chart up here. We'll go back there. I'm going to go over to the Fortnite. Take a look at this. FTNT. No, that was DT. FTNT. Okay, so we take a look at Fortnite here. Nice gap up a couple of days ago. You've got some trend line resistance, Steve-O, to the upside. It looks like that's in about the 86.26 level. From this set of daily charts out here, this looks like this wants to go target that level. The weekly time frame chart trading with inside its bullish structured profile. No reason for it to not go tackle that area out there. You got resistance at 84.69 on the monthly, 85.58. Those are profile resistance levels. Let's see if the white background charts here have populated. They have. The white background chart shows we're trading into a swing point, a TD9 count swing point from back on the trade day of December the 8th. That had volume of 6 million shares. We got into it the first time with 10 million shares. I would say we get back up to it and test it again. That turns to be today. Today's volume so far, 1.2 million shares, a much lighter volume day. We're at about 3 million share a day, going into 4 million share. So if you close below that, you test, reject it, you can't bust on the upside. That would say you could pull back out there, pull back into the 78.43 level. Monthly time frame, weekly time frame chart, just that consolidation inside profile. Nothing new there, and nothing new on the monthly time frame. So, Doug, I hope that helps you out there. You also want to look at SMCI. So we come back from this break. We'll have those SMCI charts up on our screen for you. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the fund involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at the stock charts here for Super Micro. SMCI is for Duncan Steve inside the Tiger's Den. So Super Micro's got a daily Rhodes momentum indicator bottom and a weekly TD9 count bottom. The monthly may have bottomed, and that price is pulled back almost to its breakout level of 25.71. So on the daily time frame, you've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, price trading with inside a brand new profile that formed yesterday. Let me give you those numbers. You've got support, profile support that is down at, down to 29.51, resistance 33.63. So just consolidating with inside that level. We also have its oscillating change line down toward that 29.51 level. TD9 count bottom with price traded with inside its profile, 29.71 at support. 34.51 as resistance. Now, price closed above the center last week, the week before that. You can see last week, price ran right up into that oscillating change line, acted as resistance. So on a rally, Steve-O, 32.84-ish would be a resistance point to the upside. That's what I see when I take a look at SMCI Super Micro. So hope that helps you out. And as always, thanks so much for your request. We're going to go take a look at ticker symbol APO. Get that up on the screen. That's Apollo Global. This is for Mohammed. And Mohammed, Apollo Global, APO, trying to stall here. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. It's trading out at 131.50. Negated a daily TD9 count bottom pattern 3 days ago. So I'd say Apollo is headed to its breakout level 125.95. The weekly time frame is trading below profile support and its green oscillator change line. It may be targeting 122.49, its breakout level of support. And monthly time frame, which has a TD9 count top, is trading below profile support. Everything on the charts for Apollo, daily, weekly, and monthly, are suggesting lower price. So that's what Stevie says. 125.95 is the very likely price target to the downside. Now, there is an A to B equals CD pattern as well. And if you were to get on the daily time frame, let me just draw that in. It's top of the Rhodes momentum indicator top. There's your A point. I'm just going to move this over. We're beyond the 1-to-1 level. So any bullish reversal candle would confirm a buy the D point pattern. But short of that, you're likely headed to 125.95. Mohammed, you also wanted to take a look at you had another request out there. And that was to take a look at NET. So let's get that up on our screen. NET, which is Cloudflare. NET is trading out at about, come on, Mr. Slow. Yeah, it really is slow. What the heck? So I net out here is trading at 215.70. It's above daily profile resistance, above its oscillator and change line. It is taking on a swing point from back on the trading session of December the 10th. That swing point had volume of about 3 million shares. So far in 2 hours of trading, 7 million shares. So if you close above that high, 215.30, we're at 216.10, it would suggest a move up towards its breakdown level at 236.26. The weekly says, before I can get there, Steve-O, please tell Mohammed about the resistance at 220.58. So, Mohammed, you've got weekly profile resistance at 220.58. Now, if you can clear that, even though I said you'd get up to 236, the monthly chart says, hey, tell Mohammed about my resistance level at 225.88. So there you go. You've got resistance at 220.58. Price should target that. If you get above that, we see the 225.88. And if you get above that, 236.26 out there. So all looks good with regard to NET. Hope that helped you out there with regard to APO and NET. And thanks so much for your request out there. The next one coming in from Bob in Spokane, and he would like to take an APLD. What is APLD? Applied Digital Corporation. That's right. APLD. So let's see what this is trading out at. APLD. Come on. Fire up here, would you? There we go. 41.46. I see no topping pattern in place out there. Trading above screen oscillator and change line, and it's a daily profile resistance level. Bob, the daily says I want higher price. The weekly is concurs with that. Price is traded above the top of its profile at 40.20. Look for a close above 40.20 on Friday. And on a monthly time frame, Applied Digital will negate a Rhodes momentum indicator top with a close above the high from October, and that number is $40.20. We're at 41.35. So everything is looking hunky-dory out there. Pay attention to those profile levels. Certainly pay attention to that monthly, longer-term chart to provide you with some additional information. But, Bob, this looks like it wants to head higher out there. So hope that helps you out. Sat P wants to look at Shopify. SHOP is the ticker symbol. So let's get that up on our screen out here, see what that is doing. Shopify trading down at the 136.85 area. 136.85 takes it below the bottom of its daily profile. Now, what you'd really like to see here, if you wanted to be long Shopify, is you'd like to see this tick, whether that's today or tomorrow. You'd like to see this tick below the bar number 7, which was January 23rd, 134.65. If it does that, you'd have a TD9 count bottom. If it doesn't do that, you don't have any kind of a bottom signal. Price, that would say we're headed lower because we're trading below both the red oscillator and change line at the bottom of its profile. Weekly concurs, trade below its oscillator and change line at the bottom of its profile, 147.22. Now that says over time, you could get back to 103.91. What you're watching for here, though, is really the swing point from November 21st on a weekly basis. And that low at 136.18. If you get below 136, close below 136.18, increase the odds of a further move lower. Shopify on a monthly time frame is trading below its green oscillator and change line. It has lost its momentum. That momentum has shifted. That momentum's been in place since July of 2024. If it does close the end of the month below 141.73, we're likely to go target the 116.36 to 125.76 level out there. So this doesn't look at this moment in time out here, Sat, that this is ready to purchase a few shares. But maybe Upstart is UPST. So let's go see what UPST is doing out here. See if there's any kind of buying signals, or maybe it's back to a level of support. But I don't know what it is because it's taken its sweet, you know what kind of time to get that chart populated. There we go. 45.32 is the current print, and that is trading below daily profile. Now, it is trading into a swing point, junior swing point, from back on January the 2nd. And that had volume of 7 million shares. So far today, in a little over 2 hours of trading, 686,000. So about 7-8 million shares or so, again going into 7 million shares. So not enough volume to bust it to the downside. So, but does that mean you'd buy? Not necessarily. Weekly time frame chart. Weekly time frame chart, I don't see a bottom signal. I do see price finding resistance on a rally at the center of its profile, the level where counter-trend rally would come to an end. That was at 48.92. We're trading now below its red oscillator and change line, but above profile support. If at the end of the week, Upstart closes below 44.73, it's telling you it wants to head lower. Monthly time frame says lower, could just be 37.90, the bottom of its profile. What I don't see here, Sat, on either of those two instruments or any compelling reason for you to take even a short-term long position. So my apology for that, but it is what it is. We'll try on your next couple that I look forward to getting a request on. Ron in Denver is interested in Atmos Energy Corporation, ATO is the ticker symbol. And Ron, we're going to have to look at that when we get back from this breakout here. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Be back in just a few.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. It's 63 degrees out here, but it says on my phone, feels like 55. I'm going with the 55. We'll go back to ATO just momentarily. So I've got a different set of profiles on my white background screen. So for the ES Mini, it's up at the 70-22-50 level. Looks like we're going to stretch to, I would say, between 70-22-50 to 70-32-50. That's the A to B equals CD pattern I show on my 5-hour time frame chart out there in bar number 8. So we may get a TD9 count top towards the end of the day in the afternoon. We're in bar number 8 on the 240-minute time frame chart as well. That TD9 count top will complete at day's end. Out here, the 120-minute time frame chart's not showing any sign of any kind of a top out there. So looks like we should rally further. 15 minutes showing up. We may get a little bit of a retracement out there. Let's go back. So I just wanted to update you there intraday, what is going on, what we're looking at. Let's go back now and take a look at ATO. Finish this up here for Ron in Denver. That, again, is Atmos Energy Corporation. Right now, it is consolidating with inside its daily profile out there. So that's between the range of 167.64 at support and 170.82. It's a bullish structured profile, Ron. So a close above 168.91 ought to get you to 170.82. The weekly time frame closed below profile support last week, back above it this week. Last week, therefore, may be a false breakdown. As long as that profile level of support holds at 166.87, we could see a rally up towards the 172.98 area. So you got to close above 168.91 no matter what. That's the center of that daily bullish structured profile. And now you've got two price targets. I'd say 170.82, 172.98. Steve will give you a third set of targets, 174.35 to 177.34. The monthly time frame chart has a Rhodes momentum indicator top with price trading with inside its profile. You'd really like to see this regain that oscillator and change line at 169.16 to have any kind of upside momentum. So that's what's happening with ATO. Folks, great to be with you. Even though it's a little bit slow, it was still not too shabby out there. And so have a terrific Tuesday. I plan on doing the same, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care and be safe out there.